Does it have to be?
Nope, you're good.
He's
You're
fine,
good.
dude.
Stop.
Okay.
We're all good. Headphones, please, so I can join the party. You got your headphones
Hi.
on?
Okay.
We've been patiently waiting for you.
Great.
No.
I
We're
got
really
nothing
not.
written down here. I don't know what we're talking about tonight.
All right.
Fly by the seat of our pants.
This is the best hobby in the world. Ready, Daniel? Count me down.
I guess that's me then. All right. In 3, 2, 1.
This is the What's Neat this week, show number 79. As I always say, we've got people all around the table from all around the world, including Ken Bianco from out on the East Coast on Skype with us tonight. Best hobby in the world, guys. Pour yourself a good hot cup of coffee, and let's get show number 79 started right now. The What's Neat This Week video podcast is supported by enthusiastic model railroaders just like you. Additional support is provided by Athearn Trains. Check out all their new monthly announcements at athearn.com. And by Micromark, the small tool specialists. Visit their website and use product code WNTW at www.micromark.com/WNTW. Further support is provided by the NCE Corporation, the power of DCC. Visit their website at ncedcc.com. And thank you for supporting the What's Neat This Week podcast. This is the What's Neat This Week show / podcast. Number 79 for
Yeah,
June
all right.
we made it that
22nd,
far.
2019. And tonight we've got a great bunch of people sitting at the table. We've also got one of my favorite people in the industry, Ken Bianco, out there at Train World, TrainLand. It's awesome to have you on screen tonight. You're just what you guys do. You've been doing what you've been doing for so many years, and it's the one place in Model Railroader magazine when you want to buy something, you look for it.
That's right.
It's amazing. Did I get started too early? I've also got with me tonight Michael Budde. I know
Mike. Mike
We
Budde.
got
it's Mike.
we got Sugar Fire, Joshua Barton. I, of course, am Ken Patterson. And I've got James Regier on the end down here. We got Daniel Coombs running camera for us. And I got a camera to record him when it comes his time to talk. So we've got it pretty much covered tonight. There's a lot of neat things going on. And James Regier, you know what? The last time you were on the show, which was just a couple of shows ago, everybody wanted to know about this trolley. Tell us about this, James.
Well, this trolley was something that I was really inspired, I think, by a Model Railroader article when he designed this HO scale model of the trolley for the layout in the introduction and closing credits for the Mr. Rodgers neighborhood. And the problem was at the time that the trolley was such a small thing, and the motor was such a small thing, and in D.C., it was very difficult to get something that would run 10 scale miles per hour and do so smoothly during the open credits. And they were very much perfectionists about how they did their layout on that show. And so he devised this whole technique where he used a fishing line to pull the trolley along in the opening credits. And that's what you actually see.
Wow.
And so I saw this and I was thinking, wouldn't it be great to build one of those? And then I shelved it because I was like, if I build one, I want to have it advanced so that I can actually have it move on its own and have it run on the layout and look decent. And so that project got shelved, I think, until my first nephews were born, and then I was thinking about something to build for the model train layout that they would enjoy seeing running.
Yeah.
And so then I found a Tyco Broadway trolley, and then again shelved it for a while because I couldn't figure out what mechanism to use. And then I found the Bachmann Brill safety car.
And
so this is actually a hybrid of a Tyco and a Bachmann with brass sides and then Plastruct plastic seats. And what really gave me a kick in the pants to get this thing rolling was when the Magic House actually had a Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood exhibit that was on. And so I thought, wouldn't it be neat if I could get this rolling and have it on the layout for that exhibit? And that's what happened a few years ago.
Dude, it came out awesome, man.
Yeah.
Everybody hasn't stopped talking about your DC3 with the spinning propellers.
Yeah.
I mean, your stuff is a simple trolley. It's not simple to you. You've figured out the mechanism. You've actually thought it out. I love how your mind works, James. Now, I interviewed you at the Magic House, and that's going to run in the August What's Neat video over at Model Railroad Hobbyist Magazine. That was a good interview. That's a nice layout.
Thanks. It's a real pleasure working there. By the way, it's Paul Lawley, actually, the name of the guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Thought of it, yeah.
There's the name. And you know who else is in the August What's Neat video over at Model Railroad Hobbyist Magazine is Ken Bianco and
Yeah.
TrainLand.
That's right.
On the road with Michelle Kempema. Michelle came out and visited with you. And they know where the Dunkin' Donuts are. Tell us about that experience of working with Michelle and how great that was.
Well, Michelle is such a sweet girl, and she loves trains. You could see the passion, and as soon as she came in, and she just wanted to talk about trains, real trains, model trains, everything train related. And it's great to see a female in the hobby who's that enthusiastic about trains. So it was a really nice experience talking to her. She's a great representative for your team.
Oh, she's good. And that interview really came out really decent. I'll send you a copy in a few days once I get it uploaded tonight. But I think you're going to like it. August is a home run. I don't want to really go into what's in August, but I just finished the August What's Neat video, which means I'm a little ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
Don't
But
say that too loud.
We've got an absolutely magnificent graffiti artist in that video, and I'm not prepared to talk about it, but wait till you see August, guys. August is a real home run. So tell us, Ken, how awesome is it to work in a business where it's your passion every day? This is awesome.
Oh yeah, it's an amazing experience. I actually was in finance before this, and it was very dreadful, a shark world out there. But coming into my family business and working with my cousin, my other family members, my father, my uncle, my grandfather, it's such a great experience. So I just love it every day.
Great.
How many generations are you into this hobby?
So we're third generation right now, and it started from my grandfather, and then it was passed down and passed the torch to my father, Ken Sr., my uncle Tony Bianco, and my aunt Diane. So now I'm working with my cousin, and each generation has a different challenge ahead of them, but we're looking forward to tackling them and moving the goalpost and keep on adapting to the challenges in society. And right now it's all about the internet and social media and really connecting with the new age customers out there. Mm-hmm. And you guys are doing a great job just doing a YouTube channel. This is the new market. And it's the only way we can grow as a hobby. So this is why, like, I appreciate you guys so much for doing this YouTube channel. And it's a lot of work. And we try it, so we know how time consuming it is, how difficult. So we appreciate you guys for doing this for the hobby, because without you guys, the train industry would just be a lot less informative. And with you guys here, it's just so much information, so much knowledge. It just makes the hobby industry so much better. So kudos to you guys.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. And on the same aspect, I mean, every time I've needed a supply, I go to Train World, and you guys have it in stock. You know, that's something that I can always count on. That if I really need something, boom, you guys have it. You know,
and it's always impressive too when companies actually are able to keep up with the digital trends and do it well. So that's something I very much appreciate too. Not everyone accomplishes that.
Well, you guys have got that ad that's been in Model Railroader magazines.
No kidding.
I don't know, the 80s all through the 70s.
70s.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always
Yeah.
been full page, but
Right.
it's been a very, very effective ad in that that's one of the reasons why we would get the magazines is to look at the ads, as I
Yeah.
used to remember.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at all those little tiny pictures and the prices, and man,
Yeah.
that was.
I call my father and I the 1-2 punch on advertising. He's a little more old school, where he does the magazine advertising, the traditional, and I'm more of the new school with the social media.
Absolutely.
We actually have a team of 5. I call them my social media ninjas, and they come in part-time, and young kids, and they know more than me, and they're on Instagram, Facebook. I mean, we have over 10,000 followers just on Instagram alone, and these are young, hardcore train enthusiasts. So
That's great.
a lot of people say the train industry is shrinking, but I do not believe that one bit. There are hardcore train kids, teenagers out there, but you have to know how to access them. And you guys on YouTube, it's a great channel for people to learn about trains, real trains, model trains, and just really reach out to the teenagers.
So with your reputation preceding you and having such a big name, what kind of famous people have came in? Because I'm sure you've had to have at least a few.
Oh, yeah. So being in the New York area, there's always something going on. Sopranos was probably by far the biggest claim to fame. Bobby Bacala actually got shot in our store in TrainLand, Glenbrook.
What an
and
honor.
everybody comes in.
So-
they ask,
so
where
I-
was he shot?
Now I have a question about that, because I've seen
We got that picture right
the
here you
Bobby
sent
got
us.
whacked
Yes.
at the
Yeah.
very end. Now, was there multiple takes? Did you have to have 10 different layouts right behind him, or was it one layout, and when he fell, and that was it?
So there were actually 2 layouts, and they
Okay.
actually suspended a whole layout above the actual layout. So, which the cameras didn't show the suspended layout up above, but somehow they used some kind of pulley mechanism and kind of made this contraption, and it was just unbelievable. And the actual layout he fell backwards on, they made it where it would easily split in half, so it broke as he fell. And it was just studio magic is just unbelievable.
The cinematography for that last
Yeah.
shot there.
That is a
with
busy
the,
scene.
The steam train and the actual train getting
And the
shot.
super chief there, then just right on top of him.
Amazing.
It was an amazing 1 minute and 57 second edit
Yeah.
that we saw on YouTube of the Bobby gets whacked.
His
I
whack.
actually typed it in there, and there was the store. And you said that gentleman behind the counter, he was an actor, that they actually had actors and people there working there?
Oh yeah. By law, I believe, for the Actors Guild, you have to have actual union actors there. So you can't have regular fill-ins or our store employees. So they had to be real actors. And but they were excellent. The kid was an excellent actor too. He screamed so loud, it was unbelievable.
That's how amazing is that? That's awesome. Now, you've got 2 stores out there. You've got one called Train World, and there's another one called TrainLand. Tell us the differentiation. I do think you told me TrainLand is a flagship.
Yeah, so TrainLand is our flagship retail store. So that's a huge retail store, tons of stock in the back, but 2 operating layouts. One was actually built by TrainWorks out in Texas, and it's just a lot of hands-on. We actually have a bunch of Line Chief Plus remote sets where the kids actually take the remotes, play with the trains in the store. We have an iPad hooked up to the train set. So we're really big into family-friendly, being interactive for the kids coming down. We have a Thomas the Tank play table. So it's easy to get the kids in and hard to get them out.
That's a good
It's
thing.
well worth
No
it, though.
kidding.
Yeah.
That's absolutely fantastic.
Get them while they're young.
Now, you sent us one photograph I do want to show on the screen. I think it had Neil Young in it.
Yeah.
And you said
Yeah.
your father, Ken Sr., I guess, is in it, in the middle.
Yep.
And who is the gentleman, Peter, that's on the end?
So that Peter is my grandfather.
Okay.
And this picture, I believe you're going to show, was at York Train Show.
Oh.
And York is like one of our staple train shows that I actually have been to every single show, maybe except for one, since I was in 4th grade. So
Wow.
train runs in my blood.
That's
And
great.
but Neil Young, he took the picture with my grandfather. My grandfather knew a lot of people back then when he was alive, and it was a great thing for the hobby that he participated in. And
Yeah.
anytime you have famous people in a certain industry, it just brings more interest, and it's a great thing for the industry.
That's awesome.
That is cool.
Now, Daniel Coombs, you got a microphone over there, and I've got a camera right here pointing at you and recording. Tell us about these new Athearn products that we've got on the table, Daniel.
So what we got here is 2 Athearn locomotives here on the left of the frame. And those 2 Athearn locomotives, the one nearest
SD60E.
SD60 Norfolk Southern in the back, and then we got a Penn Central GP38-2. As far as I know, the Athearn Genesis SD60E comes with LEDs and I think rubber MU hoses. That's a new thing Athearn's trying to
Yes.
test out, which you got to think about it. Rubber MU hoses, now in the past you recognize, plastic pre-molded air hoses that they
Sure.
always break. I'm sure the rubber is going to be just more durable, so those who are very particular about the detail and breaking off the detail and whatever, that's not going to happen probably with the rubber MU hoses.
That's nice. We've also got some well cars on the table.
Yeah, these
yeah.
double
Yeah.
stacks are
48
awesome.
48-foot double stacks.
Actually, so I was back there with James and I. James was running them, and I was recording the run-by here. As you see here from these clips, you're probably running them right now. These are 5-car packs. I don't know the price on them, but they are the Maxi Well 3s. And as we see here, it looks like we got TTX and
2 TTX.
two TTX
The
5-packs.
The
Yeah,
red
right.
are
I
actually Southern Pacific.
Somehow I'm shooting B-roll on all of those, but yeah, hats off to Athearn. These are some really
Yeah,
good-looking
they are nice.
freight cars, and it's good to see the era. It's an era now, isn't it? And they come in a
Yeah.
box just like that,
Yeah,
rock
just
and roll.
like that.
Right.
All right, Michael Budde, coming over to you now. You brought some automobiles with you tonight. Tell us what you got going on, Mike.
Yeah, well, the red and black cars there on the left are the newest cars from Oxford. They have some more. They have a Dodge swept-side pickup truck, but the 2 that I have here are the red one is a 1968 Charger, and the one behind it, the black one, is a 69 Dodge Daytona. And people remember those with the wings
Oh,
sticking
yeah.
up in the back there. And then to the right of those 3 brown cars, those are resin cast models. The first one is a 1970 Chevy Nova, and the middle one is a 1973 Plymouth Fury. Both of those are 87 RPM models, and then the one in the back is a 73 Chevy from John Tyson. It's one of his castings. Then that truck there on the left is Classic Metalworks 55 Chevy pickup truck, and that's really nice, very nicely proportioned, and the detail looks really good on it, and the headlights are clear, so you could put LEDs behind the bulbs pretty easily to make the trucks have their lights on. So
Fantastic,
that's
Mike.
nice.
We
I've
love
been
it.
wanting to do that with mine, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't wait to see what you're going to do to cars. I know.
Yeah.
Once you get
Can
you
you do
hooked
that
up
to
with
a
Mike,
plane?
I know you 2 are dangerous. I want to see him do an airplane, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, swap them around. James does the cars and Mike does the airplane.
That's awesome.
I do have lights and cars on my layout with some of them, but
We've got something from Micromark tonight that I
Oh.
think we want to talk about, and this is a digital. I don't know if you can zoom in on this. You don't have to zoom in on this. I'll probably just run some B-roll of this. But what this is this is a device that gives you percentage of grade in degrees and percent of grade.
Wow.
So it's actually designed with magnets on it so you can attach it to your drill press or your shop equipment where you want to get an absolute angle exact. And this device lets you do it because generally a water torpedo lever or those larger digital things are so long, you can't put them on top of your drill press.
Yeah.
But this, with magnets, adjusts to the angle, sticks to the metal surface. It's a pretty neat tool, but the best thing about this is you can do percentage of grade on your layout track. So if you want to know what a Santa Fe 2.5% grade looks like out in the desert on your layout, you can do that with this tool. It gives you a readout. It's got a hold button. It's something really cool that we found in the Micromark catalog, and we wanted to talk about it tonight. And in order to purchase things from Micromark and support the What's Neat show, use the product code, the website, www.micromark.com/WNTW. Does that make sense? just the way it sounds, and you will get a discount. You will get the What's Neat This Week podcast discount when you make your purchase. So thank you very much, and hats off to Micromark for helping us support this greatest hobby in the world. I know. We've got some great freight cars on the table. One of them's a JLWII 2000. We all know that is James Wright's YouTube site. And he had a bunch of these freight cars made, and I think he gave some away as gifts this week. And Daniel Coombs brought one over here. But we've also got an announcement for a brand new What's Neat This Week car, Joshua.
We do. Today, as this is being taped, it's the 22nd. So this coming week, we will have a new gold limited edition What's Neat This Week boxcar with Ken Patterson's name on it. And it's amazing. The gold, the metallic gold is just a spot on, and then you got the red, white, and blue stripes on it with our logo.
It's pretty cool.
And
That's awesome.
it is very, very neat. And let's see, for an extra bonus, if you buy those, they're $34.99 for a limited time. I must stress limited time and limited run.
Get yours while you
That's
can.
right. So the person who makes the 100th purchase for these cars will receive a one-time special 2-car custom set of these.
That's cool.
So
By
awesome.
it's going to be designed by Derek and the guys at Value Trains USA, and the winner will be posted on What's Neat This Week podcast either a week or two from now, depending on when we put it. And you can get those at valuetrainsusa.com.
That's awesome.
You can also get the What's Neat This Week regular boxcars at valuetrainsusa.com.
And I got to tell you what, I think it comes with Katie couplers and metal wheel sets.
It sure does.
And this is a limited run gold car, you said it was.
Very
right?
limited, yes.
It's got very special matching What's Neat decals that come with it, and it also comes in a very special What's Neat box. So he's trying to make a collector's type thing, a collector's set, if you know what I mean. So check it out, like Joshua said, valuetrainsusa.com.
That's right.
I wanted to just throw that in there. We are making very good time tonight, gentlemen. That's a lot of the stuff on the list. I do want to go out to Ken Bianco one more time and talk to you about internet or store. What is the better business? What's your volume? Tell us about your life out there.
So mail order has always been a big part of our business. When my father and his brothers were in the business and taking over from my grandfather, it went from retail to more mail order. And with the catalogs, advertising in the magazines, everybody would just call up all over the world, and it was a huge business. Now with the third generation, the internet has definitely taken over. We get orders all over the world. The amount of packages we ship is unbelievable. We have over 50,000 square feet of warehouse of just trains. Wow. And,
Wow.
we employ a lot of people between both stores. Retail is a great business, but with any retail stores going on right now, it's definitely, people are just ordering online. We get orders from a town over from our retail store, and they're placing it to ship. I mean, it's like, it's basically our own customers just want to ship to their house. They
Yep.
It's just happening in any industry. So
Right.
I think it's going to continue to be that way, but then you still get your traditional people who want to see, touch, feel. And I also do feel that it's important where if you're selling online, you need that physical location to have that support structure where people know you're an actual business.
Right.
Because in this internet industry, you will see fly-by-night companies that are shipping out of their house, out of their basement. So it's important that you know there's a structure, people behind, service behind it. And so it's great that we have a taste of both worlds.
That's awesome. Guys, what
So
are you thinking
I have a question for you, Ken.
Sure.
So you work with trains all day long, all week long. When you go home, do you have your own layout?
I do not.
You do not.
Unfortunately, I eat, sleep, drink trains business-wise. I'm usually here probably 12 hours a day for 6 to 7 days a week during Christmas time, 7 days a week. So
you guys are a lot alike.
Yeah.
You and Joshua
Yeah.
are schedules the same.
I'm
But,
barbecue 7 days a week, so
Yeah, 3.5 tons of meat in one day. I mean, I know. Wow.
But
That
Christmas
made
time,
people,
I
yeah.
do have my train around the tree.
that's
So.
great. That's great.
Well, that's awesome, guys. We're making super good time tonight. I'm telling you what, I'm going to go around the table one more time and to see if there's anything else real quick.
Well, I do remember a gentleman asking us on our YouTube video about the light flicker on some of the LED
Yeah.
effects.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And so, just talking about the differences in technology, the way the light effects on your LED effects work is it's a certain percentage of time that the LED is on versus the LED is off. So it's flickering thousands of times a second. Now, to your naked eye, it's going to look like it's a solid light, dim or bright, or doing a strobe or what have you. But when you put a camera in that, you have a different frame rate for the camera. And if those two frame rates are out of sync, you're going to see flicker on the LED on the camera. So I hope that answers that question adequately.
I probably just
Yeah.
ran B-roll of some Athearn engines flickering headlights.
That's
Yeah.
right.
But
There
I
you
just
go.
ran those in the August video, which got you thinking about it. Thank you. That's a great
Yeah.
subject to bring up. Now, meet us this coming up weekend in Deshler, Nebraska, at the Spring Creek show. Is that the Model Railroad Hobby Store out there? Well,
That's
we're going
right.
to be
That's right.
shooting and broadcasting a What's Neat This Week podcast out there from beautiful Nebraska. I think they double the town's population that day. So we're
I'd
looking
believe it.
forward. Michael Budde will be with us out there, and we're going to see how it goes. We might have Joshua with us if his schedule permits. So rock and roll with that. Looking forward to getting out of the basement for a couple of days to shoot some video outdoors. And then, of course, you all have the NMRA National coming up 2 weeks after that. And then we've got the Prototype Modelers Meet. I think it is the third week of July here in
yeah.
St.
July
Louis.
forward to
26th
that
and
one.
27th.
That's going to be a fantastic show, guys. So a
Yeah,
lot
it
of great
is.
shows coming up. I want to say to Ken Bianco out there, thank you so much for playing along with us tonight. Your video for August came out fantastic. We can't wait to watch that interview.
No, thank you guys. It really means a lot to me. And for everybody watching this video, please comment on this thread and give a shout out to Ken and his team, because what you guys do for this hobby is great. And we need more people like you promoting, giving information. You guys spend a lot of time on this, and kudos to you guys, like I said before, but we really appreciate it, and the whole train industry, train world is watching. So when you guys don't think that you've run a rough patch, just keep on chugging ahead, because you're doing a great job for everyone.
Wow, man. Thank
How-
you.
Great,
thank you
yeah,
very
thanks
much.
a
How-
lot. Thank
and
you.
how about a website for you? Where can people see your stuff?
Yeah, so you guys could go to trainworld.com, shop online 24/7, and we try to ship it as fast as possible. We got over 50,000 square feet of trains in stock, which is more than probably most distributors even out there. So
That's amazing.
Thank you.
That is.
All right, Daniel, go wide as we close it out, because this is the best hobby in the world. We are so lucky to be able to do this and bring the show to you. It is your show. It's all about the hobby and what everybody likes. So check out our Facebook page and the What's Neat This Week Facebook page. And if you guys want to show off your layouts or anything like that, put it on there. We've got the NCE throttles on the table. We've told you more than once, but when we go to Deshler out there, we're going to find those things for sale in the store.
That's
so
right.
rock and roll NCE, we love you, and we love the throttle system. We've all got them now.
Oh, yeah.
So we're all believers. I mean, look behind us. They're running on the layout right now, and we're going to do a run by in just a few minutes, guys. So closing out show number 79 tonight, guys. Let's go run some
All
trains.
right.
Yeah.
All right.